I'm now recording. Hello, YouTube. We are beginning now. You missed out on a very interesting conversation at the start. Sorry. This is for your valuable contributions to the field of TF2, Team Fortress 2ology. Thank you. Will your next research project be coming out at some point in our lifetime? Like, what do you mean by research project? Like for TF2? Yes, it will be. Like, the next big video I'm going to be working on is part 3 of my bot video. That's coming next year after I finish this video about Meet Your Match. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. All right, let's get started. Capture Zone, Warpaint. This is fucking sick. Is this? Yep, it's a custom UV skin, so this one's simply never going to get added, which is really unfortunate. But man, this looks really fucking good. Really solid work. It's really hard. Something I've noticed in a lot of workshop contributions is capturing the hologram into something that isn't a hologram is especially challenging. I've seen many attempts of this being done either on hats or skins or other cosmetics, but they did a pretty good job. They got the colors right. They had like the ripples through here. The wear is actually it's a very subtle wear. I don't know how I feel about that. It keeps it clean, which I do not mind. Quite good. I mean, right off the bat, this is really fucking good. Really good. Yeah, the corrugated look, except it's like the hologram, like the waves in this. It's my favorite number between 3 and 4. Pi. Pi is my favorite number between 3 and 4. Check me on this. Check me on this. No hands, so you know I didn't look this up, and this is totally not scripted. 3.14159263858971693937510582097495071230781646230820. Don't ask me why I memorized that many digits of pi. I got bored one day. I think I messed up the block of 6 digits before the last 5 digits. I think I got the order wrong. I think I swapped a 4 and a 6 around. Other than that, the rest is correct. Anyway, good skin. Nice work. The colors are good. Texture work is immaculate. Just phenomenal. What is Minnesota nice? Like, what is this like? Is this meant to be like the English word nice? Or is it something? I don't know. It's a strange name. The war paint itself is not bad. Is this orientation locked? I can't tell. 3 textures, propagation. I would assume this is meant to be orientation locked, because if it's not, I think it would look really bad. I assume it is. Assuming this is orientation locked. It's quite good. I like the, it looks like one of those wool blankets with that pattern on it. Yeah, it's like a wool blanket. Colors are good. I really like this texture. And the only way this kind of texture would work is if it's orientation locked and you have the scaling just right. Otherwise, you're gonna get like a weird orientation of the stripes where like you don't get like the pattern won't show up and it will just look bad. So pray to God if this gets added, you have an orientation lock. Colors are really good. I don't know how I feel about having a faded plaid texture with this texture. You almost don't need it. But it's faded enough to where it's not clashing too hard with your main texture, so perhaps that's just a minor nitpick. Yeah. I also like how you got the individual stitching. The individual stitches aren't too fine, so it doesn't make the texture look too busy. So it's good. Pretty solid. Another good war paint. Good shit. You can immediately move on. I've seen that a million times. I don't like it. It looks really weird. It's this too dark and overly saturated vest put over the Scout. And here's something else, man. You've removed way too much of Scout's default primary color. If you're gonna make a cosmetic, please try to retain as much of the class's default colorization as possible. Otherwise, like, I can already tell, like, at a lot of different angles, you're not going to be able to tell who this is at a glance, because the difference between the blue and the red is so subtle, and because Scout's pants don't change depending on what team he's on, all you're left with are his shoulders and the collar, and he fucking moves fast, and in the visual noise of the game, it's going to be pretty fucking difficult to tell what team he's on. So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2, I don't know if it's the lighting on this, I don't know if it's the modeling, but it looks chunky. It looks like look how thick the shirt is. Like the vest has been it's too thick. You see that? It's too thick. Looks weird. It's definitely the modeling work. The modeling work is not that great. And also because of the dark colors, it clashes so roughly with the rest of Scout's player model. It's this big dark rectangle over an otherwise lightly colored model. So it just looks really bad. It almost looks untextured because of how strong the contrast is. Like, the concept of a vest and a tie is fine, but you really need to lighten up the colors and do something different. Like, you could keep the tie an off color, like make the tie dark, fine, but then make the vest much closer to his primary default color, or just make it his primary default color and then add some extra details on it that are darker, right? So, like, for instance, if this was, you know, his default color of a vest, and then, okay, so when you can also just invert it, right? Like, make the sleeves a different color and have the main primary area of the torso his primary color, and then have smaller details like the pocket and the buttons, have those be different colors, right? Like the Ticket Boy, yeah, the Ticket Boy for Scout is far, far better as a vest than this. This is just really not that good. Bad modeling work, terrible color choice. It just looks really bad. Yeah, that's a back to the drawing board moment, I would say. Definitely needs a team color. Definitely needs to be team colored. I think if you're having, this is something that the Flower Power skins and the Brain Candy skins suffer from a little bit, is when you have these teals and these greens and these yellows, they look pretty okay on, well, they look fine on blue team, but on red team, they kind of clash pretty hard. So if you're going to work with this palette, I really do think you need an inverse for red team. You know, you could do the inverse, you can have purples and blues, something to that effect, right? Or sorry, red. So you need, like, you know, pinks or oranges, something to work with red team. Other than that, the pattern's pretty good. I like the pattern. It's not too noisy. However, I don't know if the scaling is good. I would assume this has to be orientation locked. It needs to be. If it's not orientation locked, I fear it might get a little too noisy. I don't know how I feel about the TF symbols. I don't know how I feel about the TF symbols. I also don't know how I feel about the wood, like the selection of secondary colors. I don't know about that. I think, maybe black would have looked, like, blacks and grays would have looked better with this than brown. I think brown against green is not a very good color combo. Like, if you didn't have the greens, like if it was just yellow, white, and like lighter brown, darker brown, that color composition looks pretty good. But when you throw green in there, it just never looks that good with brown. It just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe make it gray or like a desaturate your brown textures a bit so that they lean a little bit more towards gray. And maybe because, like, I think the scaling on the pattern looks fine on the again, you're at the mercy of the war paint system, so scaling's going to be all over the place. What? What? Hold on. I'm sorry. Forgot I'm muted. Sorry. Man, God. Downside to living at home is not having your own space and then having to fucking accommodate people around. It's just soon money will be, I will have enough money and I will have a house and I will have my own space for these things and it will be wonderful. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, main thing really, I think you need to take your brown textures, lean them more towards gray, and I think that would really improve the overall composition of this. Because, like, in this lighting, right, this brown almost looks gray, and that already looks a lot better. So then all you have left is this lighter brown that doesn't look that good. So I would also lean that more towards gray, and I think that would significantly improve this. And then I think the scaling and the rest of the colors are fine, and then also incorporate, and then have a version for red team, and I think that's fine too. it doesn't really look like a TF2 item. It's the wrinkles. All of the wrinkles in the hat are really unnecessary. I would get rid of them. It adds a lot of extra detail and noise that is completely unnecessary, and it just makes it not look like a TF2 item. Because when you look at like all of the folds and wrinkles on your default character models, they're large and they're few in number. But this one is like, you got too many. I would also get rid of, I don't know, the way, and also the way it's modeled really leaves something to be desired. It's not that good. And the cow skull, right? The skull is a little, it's fine, I guess, but I don't like the way it looks. You could probably do without that, or remove the strap and keep the skull. I don't know. Really, it's the modeling work on this, because like conceptually it's fine. Having all these elements is fine. But really the modeling work is the major half-baked thing here. I think you gotta smooth it. It also doesn't look too small. It looks too small. Like it looks like it's too small for their head. I would make it maybe a little bit bigger, or have the brim be a bit wider. Otherwise it looks like it's like a child's hat that's been placed on the engineer of the pyro. Like the Texas 10 gallon is more appropriately sized than this one is. So yeah, I don't really understand why it's for the pyro either. I think it really should just be for the engineer. Yeah, yeah, it needs more time in the oven, I think. Boston Boy, we have normally I don't do sets, but because this is a two-piecer, this is probably fine. The hair this is an ancient fucking set, at 2014. The hair's interesting. Like, it looks like a big tongue kind of going over. It's okay. It's not horrible. I've seen worse hair cosmetics, but it's not the best. And then the shirt with the subtle paint region, you gotta love that. The shirt's pretty good. The shirt's pretty good. I like the shirt. I could go with the shirt, but I don't like the hair. The hair is kind of strange. I like how if you give any kind of slicked hair to the Scout, it's automatically Germa. I don't know why. It's just Germa every time. It's just Germa. It's okay. The shirt's fine. The hair is okay. The modeling is kind of strange on it. Like it's so hard to get hair to look correct in TF2. I would say like the majority of hair cosmetics I've seen in the workshop don't quite get it right. Anywho. Why is Scout a cowboy? Just fuck it. Fuck it. Everyone's a cowboy now. Good idea. Yes, everyone's a cowboy. Just why? No, he does not need to be a fucking cowboy. Really? Like, like, oh yeah, it's Billy the Kid. But he's fucking from Boston. Like, why? He plays baseball. He's from Boston. Fuck it. He's a cowboy now. It's like, that's why I hate this shit. It's like every class had to be a pirate, then every class has to be a cowboy. It's like, why do this? Ugh. The hat looks, like, the vest is fine, because, like, the vest on its own, you could make the argument that it's not inherently Western themed, but then you throw the hat in there, it's just, ugh. I don't know. Like, I feel like you could have taken this more in, like, an Indiana Jones direction. This has an Indiana Jones feel to it. Maybe you should have done that instead of, like, trying to theme this as a Western one. But, and also, the vest it's just, okay, so something else too, man. So think about how Scout is posed, right? Think about how Scout is being posed. What's he doing most of the time? Let's work through this. Let's work through this. Okay, we're back. Every time I do this, my fucking game. Give me a moment. This is important. This is important to talk about. This is important to talk about. Hang on, I gotta let my preloaders go through. All right, let my preloaders go through. So, what is Scout doing most of the time? He's mostly holding his scattergun here. So when your only team color is in the middle of his torso, here, and on his shoulders, and the rest is this dark, almost neutral brown, what's gonna happen? You don't have a lot of team color to work off of. So probably not the best idea to have a big dark vest covering most of his team colorization. Also, note that they don't show this from behind. If they show this from behind, who the fuck is this? What team is he on? You only have the tiny slivers of his shoulders. Not a good idea. So, yeah, dud in terms of color, dud in terms of theming. Just maybe taking this in the direction of an Indiana Jones set would have been a far better idea, but just it's a dud. Just gotta say. It's a dud. Remember when this was the norm? Remember when, like, this is all they would make? This is all workshoppers did from, like, 2020 to 2023, roughly, right? This is all they would squirt out. Because this was, like, the trend, right? This is what Valve was accepting. This is what they deemed, this is what they thought was appropriate for the game. This is what they thought was fine. Remember that shit? All the fucking stupid beanies and other tacky shit. We love slop in this house. We love slop in this house. Tasty. Another 20 trillion another 40 billion to workshoppers. What a garbage fucking hat. I like how they have to, like, justify, like, oh, you can paint it. You have a purple cheeseburger on your head. It's eggplant. Fuck off. Who has eggplant buns? You replace the meat with eggplant instead. What are you doing? Ugh. Awful. Garbage. Moving on. Vibrant. This is... So I already know you did not make this texture. This looks like a default filter inside of Photoshop, or some kind of filters in Photoshop that you did a color overlay on. So if you did that, bad. And if you just if you just pulled this picture off Google, also bad. Don't do that. Please try to draw or create your own textures. So that's already a major no-no. Second thing, the way this texture looks, it looks photorealistic. It's far too finely detailed and does not look like a TF2 texture, so that's not a good one. Don't do that. Third thing, it looks like you did the same thing, like you have like the same kind of ivory wispiness on your primary texture too. That's bad. Second thing, your colors here are way too saturated. You gotta tone them down. You know, mute them a little bit. Like, you know, it looks like they're leaning towards, you know, like the coffin nail. That's about as dark and as saturated as you want to get for a texture, I think, at least on a weapon model. Those look pretty good. These are a bit too rich. I would tone them down significantly for your colors. I don't know. Other than that, go back to the drawing board and try to draw your own textures and don't use, like, Photoshop filters. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Tinted. Did I see this one, Cypherlock? I don't know if I saw this one or not. Was this the one that changes I think this is the one that changes based on your lighting. Yeah, so this is so Cypherlock made an unusual effect that changes based on the lighting in the room, which is an interesting concept, but I really don't like the idea of having someone's head change color all the time as they move around a map. I don't think that's a good idea, because this brings up a whole bunch of issues. So, one, it adds a lot more visual noise to the game. Like, you have this RGB changing color every time someone moves around. I think that's a really bad idea. And then you have the issue of, like, oh, you have this giant red aura around their head. I think he's on red team. Then, oh, suddenly it's blue now. And you're trying to, like, recognize the guy based off his unusual, but if it's constantly changing color, that's just gonna fuck with you even more. So, I just don't think it's not a good idea to have color shifting effects at all. Like, the animation itself is fine, but the fact it changes color is not a good thing. Just have it be red and blue. That's all it needs to be. Just have it be red and blue. You don't need to have it like, it's a cool idea, it's a cool experiment, but it's not appropriate for the game to have it change colors all the time. Not a good idea. Just keep your particle effect, make like a white version, because we don't have enough white effects. That'd be cool. Make a white version, make a team colored version, and then, you know, and just go from there. I just don't think it's appropriate to have it change color as they move all the time. It's not appropriate, TF2. Maybe make it team color with more subtle shifts. You could get away with that, but then it really wouldn't be that noticeable. And then even then, it would still leave the problem in of like, oh, the red team's head, or the red team heavy's head changes from red to orange to yellow. It just adds more visual noise to a game that's already suffering from a visual noise problem thanks to all this stuff that's been thrown into the game. Not that it matters, because you never see any of the new unusual effects that are added to the game anyways. But if you can limit it as much as you can, then limit it. I just think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. Have I seen this? I have seen this. Yeah, I saw this before a long time ago. Yeah, it's a nifty sweater. I like it. Just a decent item. Don't we have this in game, or am I wrong? No, we don't have this in game. You can't fucking keep track anymore. But yeah, decent sweater. I like it. Would not be offended if this was added to the game. It's just good. It's just fine. I like it. What else needs to be said? It's, small paint region. You appreciate that. Mix and match with a bunch of cosmetics. Good. Charlie Brown engineer. Yeah, see, someone got that. Do you think introducing unusual effects in the first place to the game was a mistake? Yes. I fully agree that putting in flashy particle effects into a video game that was inherently designed to be clear and readable was a really bad idea. And of course, you could stretch that to the most extreme end and say hats were a mistake as well. So, of course, but unusual effects kind of take the issue they introduce and then it just ramps it up to 11. So yeah, unusuals were not a good idea, but if we're gonna have them, and we're gonna keep having them, then we should at least have some care as to how they're made. You know what I mean? So, bro hates. I don't hate fun. I don't hate fun at all. I just think it's important to like acknowledge. It's very important to acknowledge that TF2 and its development process was so meticulously and carefully handled to be this beautiful, amazing, like it's a beautiful game. It was made to be this visually iconic and unique and stunning environment that had amazing gameplay, where all of the things that were like traditionally baked into other games were not necessary, because you could just look at your screen and immediately tell what was happening without having like a HUD or a meter or a bar or like a pop-up notification tell you what's going on, right? And it was just this fantastic final product. And then over the years, as Valve leaned more into monetization and gave less of a shit about game design and like preserving their games' designs, right? They just kept throwing more and more stuff into the game that detracted from the original core design philosophy of TF2. And in some cases, it gets so bad, it actually hurts gameplay. And unusual effects, like I said in my team recognition video, at least, thank God, they're constrained to the head. So when it comes to like 99.99999 repeating scenarios of understanding what's going on in terms of readability, they're not a problem, right? Because you look at the rest of the body and you can see what's happening in terms of who you're shooting at and what gun they're using, fine. But unusuals do detract from the visual style of the game and like what the original developers were trying to achieve. Like the original developers were not thinking about a flaming rubber duck orbiting someone's head, right? Like that was just not even going to be considered. And then here we are 17 years later. So, unusual taunts were a mistake through and through. They should have never been added. Like that's a given. Simple as. No duck hate will be tolerated. I have an especially strong and hateful disdain for ducks in TF2, and you'll understand why when my video is done, because the duck is the harbinger of death. It is the mark of the end for TF2. It's the mark of the end for the game. Once they started putting ducks into fucking TF2, that was it. That was the beginning of the end. Counterintelligence credential. Is this a reskin for the disguise kit? Or the reskin? Yeah, it looks like a reskin for the disguise kit. Interesting. Fake passport, essential tool for every... This is cute. I like this. It's ancient, 2012, but this is a clever idea. I like this a lot. It's cute, 2012, but like, damn, this is really well done. Cool idea. How would you equip it? I mean, you would equip it like you would any other item. They would just have to like, I mean, like that's like when they added the strange PDA for the engineer. Normally, you would never be able to swap that out. All you have to do is click, and then change it. That's what they would do for the disguise kit. Like functionally, this is no different. It's just a reskin, but it's a cool thing. Oop, there goes my teabag tag going into my drink. Pull that back out, and now I have tea on my desk. Thankfully, I have a rag. That. I like it. It's cool, but Valve will never add something like this, unfortunately. I just have some. I just got green tea today. I've replaced my caffeine source. That was coffee with green tea. Very strange comments in my chat. How many controversial figures are there whose subjects are worth boycotting? Is this a bot? Do I have bots in my chat? What's happening? I feel like I have bots. Moving on. No fucking Among Us. Get out of here. No fucking, no sussy skibbity toilet Among Us bungus fungus chungus nonsense. No wholesome meme Reddit garbage. Get out of here. Or Lethal Company, same fucking difference. It's all the same fucking game to me. It's all the same fucking game. It's all the same. It's like whatever the main like modern mainstream shit is. It all gets lumped into one. It all gets lumped into one. It's all the same thing to me. It's all the same modern shit. It's like fucking Pickle Rick, Skibbity Toilet, fucking Lil Rizzy, Lil Pump, whatever the fuck. It's all stupid. Don't put it in TF2. We don't need that shit in the game. No. You say it's completely different. It's no different to me. It's all the same shit. Stop it. Young Rizlet. God. Yes. Lethal Company doesn't fall in line with any of those things. Absolutely. Lethal Company was like Lethal Company was the flavor of the month meme source for a little while. Like how Among Us was. And how Skibbity Toilet was, right? It was the meme of the month, you know, and then fucking oh, we gotta it's Fortnite now. Look, it's a Fortnite. Yes. Like isn't Lethal Company in Fortnite, or am I wrong? I'm pretty sure Lethal Company's in Fortnite. Everything's in fucking Fortnite. If it gets put in Fortnite, then that's already a mark. That's the mark of the fucking beast. That's the mark of the fucking beast. Keep it away from fucking TF2. Something's in Fortnite. Keep it out of this fucking game. That is the mark of the beast. It will begin to attract the completely... We already have so many of the wrong people playing TF2, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? So we don't need more of these fucking animals inside of TF2. We don't need more of these people playing this game. So do not put fucking young Rizlet, Skibbity Toilet, Lethal Company, Sus Among Us garbage in TF2. No. Get them out. Keep them out of here. No. None. Hate it. What is this? Malfunction. So it's like more of a glorified nuts and bolts? Ah, okay, so... Okay, conceptually, it's fine. Slow it down. Slow down all of the particle effects. They're all moving way too fast. It makes it way too noisy. That's problem one. Problem two. The nuts and bolts go way too high above the head. I would keep them much closer down. And it looks like these are oddly like 3D rendered nuts and bolts. I guess it's not too bad. But yeah, I would condense everything closer to the head. It's getting too high. Most effects on the workshop benefit from being slower. Yeah, having super high speed particle effects tends to look really bad in TF2. So main things, slow this down, condense everything a bit closer to the head. I don't think you need the sparks, or if you have the sparks, have considerably fewer of them flying out. Like like half the rate at which the sparks are produced, at half the rate at which the sparks are generated. And slow them down, and also slow the bolts down, then I think this would be a little bit better. That'll be good. Without the sparks, it's just gonna look like a nuts and bolts clone. No, nuts and bolts is very much just like the simple cloud of nuts and bolts orbiting around the head. Like this has like the fire, the smoke, the way the bolts are moving, and the way the nuts and bolts and gears are moving is very different. You can keep the sparks, but have the rate at which the sparks are being generated. I think it'd be a lot better. What is this? Work. What's the purpose of this? So it's just improving. What is this? Does this just like remove Whatville? Does this remove Whatville, or what does it do? I think it just removes Whatville, doesn't it? Hold on. Let's see what I'm not gonna turn up the volume for fear of it like spamming the N-word, because I fear something like that will happen. What does he do? Damn, I can't believe Uncle Dane would say that. Damn, I can't believe Dane would say something so awful towards workshoppers. Dane hates this game, obviously. Dane hates the game. He wants the game to die, clearly. He hates workshoppers for daring to say something negative about a piece of content that was added to this game. How dare he? Shame on you, Dane. We thought you knew better. We thought you knew better. We thought you knew better. I don't know what this does, and I don't care to find out. Dog of War. Interesting. There's a full set to this. Let's see what the full set is. Now I'm curious. I've seen this before. Yes. I like the goggles, I like the beard, and I didn't like the coat. Main reason being, yep, and it's probably the exact same reason. Way too many details. Tone it down. Remove something. Remove, like, the strap. Get rid of the straps. Get rid of the buttons. The buckles. Yeah, tone it down. Too many small details. Like, if it was just, like, simple straps with the undershirt and tie, and then you got rid of the rest of the smaller details, then that's totally fine. But it's way too much. Also, I think these straps are being black are not a good thing. I would get rid, actually just get rid of the straps. The straps are the main problem. The undershirt and tie are fine. Get rid of these straps. If the straps weren't there, this would be way, way better. That's it. Still agreed. Yeah, okay. I can see this working. I can see it working. In game, that's not bad. I just something about the pattern. Something about the patterns, but yeah, I agree. The colors are really good. The colors are phenomenal. It's orange leaning towards copper or brass, which is quite nice. And then you have what appears to be like a leather texture. It looks like leather to me. I think it's meant to be leather. Or wood, or like polished oak or leather, something to that effect. And then you have this lighter tertiary, which is quite nice. Yeah, the colors are really good. Something about your filigree, they almost look like hibiscus flowers, which is like, yeah, I don't know about that. I think it might be the scaling. I think it's the scaling. I think if you scaled it down a little bit, yeah, someone said it in chat. Scale it down a little bit so you have fewer of the empty spaces. So you have the filigree taking up much more, a bit more visual real estate. I think that's really the only problem with it. I think that's really the only issue. Maybe the outlines on the filigree pattern may be a little too thick. Do you need them? Probably need them. I think scale down the filigree. That would help a little bit. Because having these big empty spaces doesn't look all that great, but everything else about this is fine, I would say. Needs more texture on the grips. I disagree. I think everything else about this is fine. Because like you see it a bit more here. Like this looks quite good. Everything about this is quite good, but it's just fucking filigree pattern. I can't put my finger on it. There's something wrong with it. Something to do with the outline. Something to do with the outlines on this. Shit. Also the scaling. I would scale it down, but something about the outlines. Because there are other filigree patterns that I've seen on skins where you don't have an outline and it's just a solid color, and that tends to look a lot better than putting an outline on a texture, than putting an outline on a pattern like this. It's not black. It's another shade of brown. It's not a black outline that he has. It's a shade of brown. Just what did you do? Maybe experiment like as another version of this. Maybe experiment with just leaving your filigree pattern as a solid color, and then see if you can get the contrast right between the background color. Maybe that would look better. I really think it's the outline you have on this that is detracting from it. I think that might be the problem. And yeah, and smaller flowers. Again, if you scale down the actual filigree, I think that might improve this significantly. Yeah. That's about it. Otherwise, pretty good. Even as is, I would say sure. But you could use some improvements. That's a bizarre... Seeing the demo man hold the shortstop is really putting me through a loop. What is this? Oh, it's a reference to Django. Okay. Yeah, because he pulls out the little pistol and shoots the hick. That's right. I remember that scene. Okay. All right. So it's a neat nod. It's a cute nod. I don't know how I feel about the lace on the sides. Like, I know they were trying to go for... Is the lace even present on it? Yeah, I guess it is. The lace is present. I don't think it looks very good translated into TF2. I think if you had left the pants plain, that would be a lot better. And also, I would have removed the bows on the legs because that adds a bit too much detail. The shirt is okay. It's not the right shade of blue or red for Demo Man, though. Isn't it? Is it lighter, or am I being mistaken? It looks like it's a lighter shade of blue. I would try to get that back to default red and blue because it looks like it's the wrong hue. Other than those things, I think conceptually fine. The modeling work is good. I think it just has too many details. The shoes look odd. It's a little strange. The hat clipping on the promo. Was there a hat? Did I miss it? I didn't see a hat clipping. Anyway, yeah, I think it's largely fine, but it needs some adjustment. I think the jacket is easily the best part. The jacket is easily the best part about this set, but the pants and the shoes are a little much. Too much detail. It looks also just odd. Too much detail. I would get rid of the lace on the sides. I'd get rid of the bows. Simplify the pants and the shoes a bit. Get rid of some of the details, and that's fine. Give the demo man a Glock, already sure. I know I've seen this before because I just know for a fact I've seen this before. Yeah, it's a cool set, you know, Vampire Hunter set, or is it like Dr. Frankenstein set? Like a Dr. Frankenstein set for Medic. Pretty cool. Not too overly detailed. Decent. Small paint region. Pretty good. Just decent. I like it. I want to see the full set though. Is the full set there? I like the hair a lot more than everything else about this. You got to put the links to your actual sets here, man. Otherwise, yeah, pretty decent. It's good. Like, I miss the traditional costume pieces we used to receive. This would have been a good one. Just decent. Is it gonna be good? Gonna be bad? Find out. It's them shrugging. Oh, the shrug is shrugging. Oh, oops, you die. Ooh, you die. It's a bit long. As soon as they put their arms down, I would end the animation. It needs to be snappier. It could be worse. Is it a taunts? It blurs the line a little bit, you know, because it's like, huh, what happened? You fucking died. I would have, like, okay, from this angle, I would have made it a bit more jeery. Like I would have made their facial expressions like, you fucked up, you know. That would have been better, instead of like painting them with like genuine like confusing, like they're actually confused or bewildered, you know. Like actually like giving them a good chuckle or like, you know, face flexes to make them look like they're laughing a little bit, like, you fucked up. Like that would have been way better as an actual taunt. So. Yeah, that was your plan? Yeah, that is definitely what this gives off. But it seems like the facial expressions are not doing that. Scouts is probably the best. There you go. The little laugh from engineer is pretty good. The laugh from medic is good. Like adding the chuckles at the end, like, this guy really just fucking tried that? There. That's a much better. Sniper does it too. The spy do it too. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not offended by this. I'm not offended by this. It's pretty good. As far as taunts go, as far as like, you know, the emote slop we normally see and get, it's fine. I would not mind seeing this added. It's okay. I give it a pass. Like at this point when it comes to taunts and shit, it's either pass or like a hard no, and this gets a pass. So I'll just leave it at that. I'm kind of, God. I'm already taken aback by the modeling work on this, and it's a little scary. Like, I see what they're going for here, you know. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. Why is it for Scout, though? I don't think having it for Scout is a good idea. I think just Soldier and Heavy was a better choice. Having it on Scout's an odd choice. The blood looks pixelated. And also, like, so the modeling work. If you're gonna make a cosmetic, priority number one is getting. Oh God, I have a tickle in my throat. Pardon me. Ooh. If you're gonna make a cosmetic, make sure that when you take your in-game screenshots, make sure that you're at max you're at max settings. Make sure you're at max settings, or get someone else to do it for you, because your promos are not doing you any favors here. Because whatever your game settings are, and they're not maxed out, it's making everything look really pixelated. Like this hairline looks like it was cut by a pair of child scissors, and then the blood looks really pixelated and drawn on. The hair, the modeling work really is not that good either. It's like really crusty and like flaky. Conceptually, this is a really cool idea, and it gets part of the way there, but just overall, it needed a little more time in the oven. It needed a little more time in the oven. The taunt made sure everything was 5 seconds long as well as simple. Sadly, we couldn't make them fast. I made them also more neutral by design. Most of them have chuckles. Yeah, the previous taunt gets a pass. It's decent. Goon's Goggles. Ancient Cosmetic, 2015. Is this an all class? It is an all class. As far as all classes go, you know, Goggles just being... I'm surprised I've never seen this. This is an ancient submission. Oh, it's pretty good. God, you fucking degens. Stop it! It's like you can't say goon anymore without people thinking about masturbation. Get your fucking heads out of the gutter. Get your heads out the gutter. Like... What is this revisionist era that we live in, where it's something about Zoomers and Gen Alpha, where they take a word and then they just discard the definition. It's no longer relevant. It doesn't exist anymore. And then they manifest this new definition for the word that never existed, and now that's what the word means. Like, goon now means beating off. Like, really? Stop it. Your fucking mind's out the gutter. Hate it. How'd the word goon even come to mean jerking off? I mean, probably some mumble rapper did it. That's like it all goes back to mumble rap. You guys notice this? Like all of these new like Glizzy, for example, that came from like a shitty mumble rap song. It all goes back to that for some reason. All that's the origin, that's the source. Guarantee you, whoever came up with the definition for gooning as masturbation, that came from a mumble rap song. Or something to that effect. Like Taylor Swift probably did it. Like that's where all these things come from. Right? It's like a psyop, right? They're trying to like inject these things into our heads. It all goes back to mumble rap. Of course, listen. You guys have to understand something about me, right? If it hasn't been painfully obvious by now, I exaggerate for the sake of comedy. Like, you have to understand that you probably shouldn't take most of the things I say about these wildly outlandish topics and jokes seriously, right? Just to clarify, I don't actually believe that it's a psyop from Taylor Swift that the word gooning manifested, right? It's a joke, clearly. Just a joke. Like, I feel like I have to clarify because, like, I see some people like, what the fuck, this guy's fucking psycho. I'm like, no, just a joke. Relax. I operate on several layers of irony at all times, several layers of sarcasm. It probably only makes sense to me, so I apologize for my autism. Anyway, I like this hat. I would like to see it in game. It's decent all class, mix and match with a bunch of stuff. It's pretty good. It actually kind of, oddly enough, looks the best on Pyro. Probably because it matches the color of his head so well. Looks good on Soldier too, because I mean, Soldier's a given. But it's decent. Just a decent cosmetic. Galvanized. Play on words. Galvan garnished. Funny enough, you call it Galvan garnished, and the galvanized nature doesn't really shine through that much. Also, this is just a default. Isn't this just like a pattern you can generate inside of Photoshop? I'm pretty sure it is. 99% sure it is. Yeah, the galvanized nature doesn't show that strongly. Then again, it's probably just based off your in-game settings. You see it a little bit more there. So yeah, this is something you can generate that in Photoshop. Not that it looks bad per se, but your color choices are fine. Texture work. This is underdone. That needs some work. Whatever this tread texture is, it needs some work. These are largely okay. I don't think you need this. I don't think you need the tread texture. Or if you do, scale it up, darken your lines a bit, because it's a bit too faded. The wares seem fine. I mean, I'm not offended by this. Not the worst, but I think you could go a bit further. I think you can do a little bit more. Try drawing your own textures, for one. That'd be cool. Also, not to rain on people's parades, but, team color and war paints are great, but we don't need like a third or fourth of the same one. With like just a slight repositioning of the gray and blue and red. Don't get me wrong, I love these skins, but, go big or go home. Go big or go home. You could have really gone crazy. You could have done something fucking wild with the tits, but you didn't. I feel like it's a missed opportunity for us fellow Fempyro enthusiasts. You could have gone a lot more hog wild with the boobs on this. You missed out. So just to clarify, I don't think something like this is appropriate for TF2. I think it's a little too tacky. It's not quite tonally appropriate. Like, this is something I would see in Fortnite. This is something I would see in Fortnite, not in TF2. Tonally inappropriate, just does not fit in the game all that well. But as far as gag items go, fine. There's a lot worse out there It's too raunchy for Fortnite? How is it raunchy for... Like, doesn't Fortnite have... Well, you have, like, female... So, educate me, because I only... The only information I have on Fortnite is what I absorb via osmosis, because I keep a very safe distance. I keep out the blast radius of Fortnite, because I fucking despise Fortnite and everything it stands for. And just the people who play it tend to be fucking insufferable. So... Doesn't Fortnite have, like, boobs and butts? Like, don't they have, like I remember seeing Chun-Li in Fortnite, and her ass is huge. So how is this too raunchy for Fortnite? Like, isn't there, yeah, there's also, like, furry bait. There's furry bait in Fortnite. Like, they have some stuff, you know? They have some stuff in there. I don't think this would be that offensive. They put fucking John Wick in the game. He kills people by the hundreds. Their boob physics? Okay, they have boob physics. They have titty physics. If there's titty physics in Fortnite, then this would be fine in Fortnite. Why are we debating this? Why is this important? It's not important at all. We have to have the discussion. These discussions are very important. Very important. They had physics? Oh god, what a shame, dude. What a shame. Now I will not play your game because you removed the titty physics. How could you? Like it was the last thing Fortnite could have roped me in with, but just I cannot play your game. Can't do it. Moving on. Moving on. It's already... I went back in my list a little bit. Okay, so I apologize. I'm gonna be... Don't remember where I was because my links got all out of order, so bear with me. I'm gonna do my best to not miss any from this point forward. Also, Discord is lagging to hell, so I apologize for that. I saw some complaints from people that it was lagging to shit, so I truly apologize. It's just Discord doing what Discord does best, which is break on occasion. And by occasion, I mean all the time. Okay, we have more links. Oh, great. So there was a Peter Griffin model somewhere through here. I hate how many modern M-rated games are trying to be over-censored slop. I mean, you have to understand that the only reason why game companies are doing this is because internally they think it's the right thing to do. They're not making games to sell them because no one's buying them. Like, no one's buying this overly censored, overly PC stuff, right? They're not doing it for a consumer base. They're not doing it for people to buy them. If that was the case, then we wouldn't be seeing these ridiculous, massive flops of games happening over and over consistently, right? Because it just makes no sense that if they were doing that, they're obviously not doing it for money. There's some other ulterior motive. I'm not that in tune or in depth with what those motivations may be, but you know, it's just how it is. They go the overly censored route because I guess that's what they get their money for. I'm not that in tune with it, but like the things I've read and the things I've seen and things that I do know is that some game companies get money from the government, at least in America they do. They get money from the government if they meet certain, let's just say quotas, or meet certain requirements for the products that they're trying to make. And so they're given this money and they can do with it whatever the fuck they will because they've been paid. They can go crazy with it, and they don't care because it's not their money. They've already been paid. So they make these fucking awful games with that money that no one buys. So, and beyond that, that's all I really know. I mean, yeah, of course, Concord being an example of that. Thing is, Concord was a multifaceted fuck up. One, it took way too long to develop. And by the time it was done, people were already over hero shooters. Like, that genre has now stagnated. It's not dead, but it's definitely stagnated. So no one cared about it. And then whoever was leading the character design on that did an abysmal fucking job, a terrible job. Like holy fuck, you could not make an uglier cast of characters. Like goddamn, at least Overwatch had Tracer. That was like the icon, like sex symbol, and Winston too. You can't go wrong with Winston, right? That those two characters sold the fucking game, right? You can't go wrong with Winston and Tracer. But they didn't even have that for Concord. So like it didn't even rope the fucking the Coomers in, you know? So that was gone. That facet was gone. And then they laced in all the other like socio-politics and shit. And I remember looking on Twitter and seeing like the developers of the game bitching and moaning that, I don't remember exactly what this, but they were crying to the effect of like, oh, you know, our game bombed because, you know, for reasons I won't go into, but anyway, Her Majesty's Secret War Paint. I mean, we have an American flag war paint, so why not Brit Bond? Why not? Why not get some fish and chips? Why not get some fucking get a cuppa in here, right? I'm trying to pull out British lingo that I know. So sure, why not? Fuck it, go for it. For the Queen. For the Queen. No British characters. Prison colony. Australia. New Zealand. Checkmate, bitch. There's one. It's not an Aussie flag, but we got one for you. The prison colony character is in this game, so there is an opportunity for a British flag. It can work, just for Sniper. Okay, so perhaps a controversial opinion. Hear me out. So I don't think it's a good idea. Maybe it is. Maybe it is, but then at the same time, I feel like it would detract from the game too much. If you're gonna throw in flags, then really have it be for where the characters are from. Like, we have an American flag, so that covers Scout, Engineer, Soldier, and, well, that's it. It covers Scout, Engineer, and Soldier, because we don't know who the fuck Pyro is. We have a hammer and sickle on the minigun for heavy, you know, USSR works for heavy. You can throw in a Scottish flag for Demo Man, that would be cool. I've seen some cosmetics that do that, I think that's awesome. And then Sniper, we have an Aussie-themed skin, you have the shape of Australia on there, so fuck it, throw an Aussie flag, that'd be fine. French flag for Spy, German flag for Medic. Like, if you're gonna do flags, make it, you know, for the countries that the characters are from. I think that would be fine. Scotland is a part of Britain, yes, so technically this would work for Demo Man too. But I've seen Braveheart. So no, give them their own flag. So like, yeah, so I think if you're gonna do flags, that's as far as they should go with TF2 is, you know, the nationalities of where the mercs are from. Didn't Scotland have a different flag than they 60? Oh, there's many flags of Scotland. I did not know this. There's the current Scottish flag. Oh, it seems like it's been this flag for quite some time. Okay, so it's the blue with the white cross, the white X. So anyway, yeah, that's as far as flags should go. That's my opinion. Yeah, and it is kind of Australian, so whatever. But okay, so doing this from an aesthetic standpoint, right? Let's actually critique the work done here. So color-wise, colors are fine. You've muted them enough. It looks fine. The way you've done like the painted on style of the flag pattern that works for TF2, I think it's great. I fear the scaling isn't all that in a bag of chips. I feel like it would... One, this would stand to be orientation locked. This would need to be orientation locked. That would help it a lot. Second, oh god, it looks so noisy. It looks really noisy. Really noisy on certain weapons. Like the reason why Freedom Wrapped works so well is it because it took the individual elements of the American flag and it split them into separate elements. So you had the blue with the stars, the red and white stripes, and then like a white tertiary to flesh it out. You can't really do that with the British flag because, you know, it's just a pattern. So yeah, it would be hard to separate the elements, right? So alternatively, what you could do is make this a sticker war paint, right? You could have the individual colors of the British flag and then have a British flag sticker on the side. So you could use like a Ghoul Blaster as a base, Banana Peeled as a base, something to that effect. If you really want to go hog wild and do like a really fleshed out version of this, like conceptually fine. Your color palettes are great, but I just think having this flag texture makes it really, really noisy. And then you would need a pattern like this, right? You need like the rare pattern that maps perfectly well to the gun you're carrying in order for it to look good. Otherwise, it's just going to be like visual garbage. So maybe go for a sticker war paint to that effect. Hey, okay, so Greg, the guy who worked on the concept of this one, or was working on this one, he sent this to me, and this actually came out really, really fucking good. She was showing me works in progress on this one. This is a pretty badass set. I love the netting on the helmets, the star on the side, not too visually noisy. This is really, really well done. Just the star is paintable, it's good. The coat is fucking phenomenal. Look at this. Man, that looks so good. Really, really good soldier set. This should be added to the game. This is very, very well done. It just came out good. It just came out really good. Yes, interested. Very, very good soldier set. Very nice work. The coat has a little chunky modeling? No, I don't think so at all. I think the modeling on this is totally fine. They did a good job modeling over this because it looks like it's just the sleeve rolled up with the glove underneath it, so the anatomy doesn't look too bad. Actually, it doesn't. I don't think it looks bad at all. And the paint region is just the undershirt. You love to see it. You love to see it. It's just good. Paste the link? Sure, we'll paste the link. Go have a look. It is good. I'd use this too. Yeah, I'd use the coat if it was in game. I've been needing something other than the veteran's attire. I've been needing something other than the veteran's attire for my soldier, and that's pretty good. Yeah, this isn't so good. It's just a 3D render of a nail. God, it's just really bad, isn't it? God. Knife Storm handles this concept a lot better. This is what can you do? I don't even know what to say. I don't know what feedback to give with this one. The concept of raining blood is really nailed down by Knife Storm, but if you really want to go this angle, don't use nails. Maybe just have it be blood rain and have it be like a, like a foggy red misty cloud and then have it rain blood. That would be a little bit better, perhaps, instead of these giant nails moving around the head. Having a crown of nails is also just, I don't like it. If you're gonna keep the nails, make them a lot smaller, and maybe just have like a couple of nails orbiting the head. I guess you don't need the nails. You don't need the fucking nails. Just do like a simple blood rain cosmetic, and that would be fine. It's just really bad. Ah, God. Having a giant 3D model orbiting the head tends to not look so good inside of TF2. Generally, avoid that if you're going to be making a particle effect for TF2. All of the effects that do this tend to look really, really bad. The ones that work the best are a genuine particle effect and or have like a 2D sprite that's static with some other subtle details moving around it. That tends to work a lot better. Best cosmetic collection was end of the line. I would say, yeah, in terms of a pack of cosmetics we ever received at one time, end of the line was probably the best. My memory fails me for like a lot of the earlier ones, but yeah, it was definitely like one of the best cases we've received, for sure. It's a shame the update in general was such a massive flop, but the cosmetics we got were quite good. Didn't I see this before? I can't keep up. It's meant to be like you're looking up, or like you have like the light rays from the water shining down. Like it's like you're underwater. It's like you're underwater. I mean, I don't even know anymore, man. I don't even know. I don't know how to feel about unusual effects. Sure, it's not the worst, but it's just, to me, what my eyes are looking at, it's just a big neon blue or green blob. I don't know. I feel so gassed out on unusual because we get so fucking many of them now. Like, it's like I'm having to compare these to all the other ones we have in game, and we have like 800 in the game now. Compared to some of the fucking garbage we have, sure, this is better by leagues and... Is that okay to say? I still don't like it. I don't want any more unusual effects in the game. Can I just have my sunbeams? Can I just have my burning flames? Can we just put those on new hats? Or old effects on new hats? That'd be good. I'm tired of it. Is it okay to say I don't like new of them? I'm over it. I don't want any more unusual effects in the game. I don't know how to critique this because I'm just so burnt out. It's like being fed like 80 different cakes. It's like, what the fuck do I say about the 81st cake? I don't know anymore. It's too sad. I don't even know. It's too saturated. Yes, it's too neon. I think it floats too far above the head. I think it needs to be brought lower. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm at a complete fucking loss. I'm at a total loss. Yeah, let's have a giant scarf that you can paint and fill in the entire player model. Is this all one cosmetic? It is. It's the coat and the shirt and the scarf. All in one. I feel like it's a bit too much. It's a little too much. I think you could have done without the scarf, or you could have just like tucked it in or made it a like if this were a turtleneck instead of a paintable scarf, way better. But having the giant paintable scarf adds too much noise to the model, too much shit. Overall, the rest of it's fine. I think the coat is good. The coat's good. But it really is the scarf. I would remove the scarf and just have it be a turtleneck, and so it covers up to his neck. I think that'd be better. Yeah, it's not the worst. The coat cancels the big paint region out. Yeah, but it's like, so it's not a team recognition thing in this one. For me, it's just too much shit. Like it needs something removed. I don't like the scarf. I think a turtleneck would have looked a lot better for this. And no, they were very selective about what paints to show, right? But then like, oh fuck, we have to show all of them, and people are only gonna paint this green or pink or what have you. So, other than the scarf, fine. Other than the scarf, fine. Because it looks fine when you paint it gray. No one's gonna paint it gray. (2013). Holy God. This is ancient. Ancient shit. Ancient shit post. Holy God. Man, they even have a video. And it's still up. It's still up 11 years later. The video is still here. Unreal. And it has jiggle bones. Oh God, it's so horrible already. But classic soul from yesteryear, from good days gone by. Oh man. But yes, for the funny. No, I'm not gonna do it. I have to stand by my principles. Oh, okay. I know what they're going for here, but the modeling work is really not that good. Oh, the modeling work is not good at all. It looks like a toy. Why is the hat feels small? The hat feels small. Doesn't it look small to you? It looks too flat. It looks too small. It's like they just need to scale it up a little bit. scale it up. If they're going. I know they're going for Teddy. They're going for Teddy, but the hat looks like it shrank. It's like they threw it in the dryer and it got too small. That's the main problem with this one. Other than that, it's fine. Just make the hat a little bit bigger. Make the hat bigger, and then it'll be fine. That's all you have to do. It just looks too small. See? Like it looks like a toy. See the shirt? Is there a set? There is a set. Let's look at the threads. Rough Rider. So, not a good idea to have soldiers' hands be paintable. That's actually a really terrible idea, and I'll show you why. I know I've done this on stream before, but you should never have soldiers' giant hands be paintable. Because soldiers' hands are fucking huge. They take up a lot of visual real estate. A huge amount of visual real estate. Wait for my game to start. Give it a moment. There we go. So I'll show you why painting soldiers' hands is not a good idea. Because you can have this giant blob of something that is not team color filling up your view space here, and then you can combine this with other cosmetics. It just looks really bad. You should not do this. Having soldiers' giant hands be fully paintable is not good for the game. Do not do that. No. If it wasn't paintable, that would be fine. But you made it paintable. Also, does it not look odd to give Engineer his normal glove and then a paintable glove? Why are mine painted? Because I painted them to prove this point the last time I spoke about this, and I just haven't bothered to remove it. Can you get strange cold front curb stompers? I think you can. I think you can get strange cold front curb stompers. I want a pair. I want some of those. But yeah, just don't make the hands paintable. Yeah, the hat. Make the hat bigger. No paintable hands. Otherwise, fine. Dawn. Meant to be a skybox. Assuming it's meant to be like a skybox. Yeah, it's meant to be like the skybox. Okay, this is cool. I dig it. It's, you know, sleek. It still looks like a gun. It still looks like a gun. I appreciate that. The metal, it's a clean, simple war paint. You gotta appreciate it. I like the wood. Gradients based on the skybox. So is it randomized? Let me see. Is this a randomized one where you get like a different color based on the seed you roll? Oh shit, I forgot you can have a 3D model in this. Look at that. I forgot people need to do this more for the workshop. That's clever. You can do this. You can actually inspect it without having to open up your game. That's pretty badass. I don't know. I like this one. It's simple. It's clean. Yeah, it's good. It looks like you, based on your seed, you get different colors, which is pretty fucking cool. Yeah, it's almost like heat-treated metal, which is a nice look for TF2 skins, I think. Not enough people use that. Pretty good. It's good. I would use this. It looks especially good on the shotgun and the sniper rifle. I like this a lot. It's clean, dude. It's clean. You say the brass beast one doesn't look good? I don't know. I think that looks pretty good. It looks like a clean fucking gun. It doesn't destroy the textures. It's just you can't fuck up the brass beast if you're only working with solid colors. It looks fine. I dig it. It's ham. It's ham. That's the joke. Anyone who says the sloppy blowjob joke is going to be timed out for a year. Anyone who says it, I'm timing you out for a year. If you don't believe me, try. All right, you're out. You're getting the timeout. Someone did it. Put user in timeout. I can only do I can only do it for a day. Damn. All right. Anyone else? Put you in timeout for a day. Anyone else want to do it? I'm not fucking around. No more of the fucking sloppy blowjob nonsense. I'm fucking tired of that. It's so vulgar. It's so fucking vulgar. I'm so tired of it. It's just like I am absolutely one to insult someone's intelligence, but like, why is it that like these channels and what have you find just the absolute dregs of humanity to interview, where they come across a random chick and what her point boils down to is, yeah, I'm gonna hock a loogie on a fucking cock so I can give a more lubricated blowjob. How did that become the fucking meme of the year? It's so disgusting and vulgar. I hate it. I'm gonna suck your... Okay, you said it too. Yeah, there you go. Your timeout for a day. User in timeout, 24 hours. Anyone else? Anyone else? User in timeout, 24 hours. Anyone else want to do it? Anyone else? I'm not fucking around today. Not fucking around. I'm just moving on. Team polish. Your background selection was not good. I would have put on a lighter background to really show off your textures. Yeah, I would have done I would have used like a lighter background, like you could have done literally anything else than these darker maps. Other than that, pretty good. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Why is this is scaled down too much. I would scale this up significantly. Like your paint swatches, your swipes for the painterly style are scaled down way too much. It almost looks like it's like digital, like digitized, like it's pixelated. I don't think it's a good idea. Scale those up a lot, so it looks more like smooth metal, and then that would be a lot better. Yeah, like blocky Minecraft textures doesn't look that good. Your color choices are on point. The colors are phenomenal. Like really good picks there. But yeah, I would scale up that pattern significantly. Other than that, this war paint is fine. Yeah, and then also maybe incorporate some brass detail. Brass detail would be a good idea as well. I agree. Like how you have like the iron wood does it with that texture as well. It's decent. Vision admission. The team colored metal is fine. I feel like this white concrete texture is a bit too bright. I think you need to tone it down. I would mute this a little bit, bring it back towards gray. It could also be your promos. I want to see some in-game inspecs. Oh, why is your custom wear brown? Ooh, yeah. So if don't do that. Don't wear light to dark, wear dark to light. That tends to work a lot better when you're doing like a high contrast custom wear. Don't have it wear down to brown. It looks really bad. I would darken your texture, your white texture to, be more gray. That would help it. And I would not have your corroded acid splashed metal be that dark. I would lighten it a little bit. I also wouldn't make it brown like it's been rusted. I would just make it gray or like a darker gray. I think that would look a lot better because brown against tans or browns against like brown against off-white looks pretty well or looks pretty good. But when you do brown with reds and blues and white, that doesn't look so good. I think a darker gray would look better. Yeah, shit stained, sure. I was trying to avoid saying it looks like it's been dipped in shit, but it looks like it's been dipped in shit. So fix that. The sticker is not that good. I really don't think the sticker is necessary. I feel like you could have just done like a warning. You could have just had this text on the side. I think that would have been better. Or just have like warning toxic chemicals without this mask. Or alternatively, you can keep the mask, but having it be fully saturated black is not a good idea. Make it gray. Make it gray like on this sign. Like, make your concrete this shade of gray, and then just have the mask be this darker gray, and then I think that's good. That's all you have to do. Make this the same shade of gray, and then make your mask this shade of gray, this darker gray, and then I think that solves your problem. And then don't do the brown custom wear, because that looks pretty bad. Again, I think a darker gray would be fine. Or if you desaturate the brown more, where it still is like a more washed out hue of brown, that could, it really does look like it's been dipped in poop. It really does. Other than that, fine. This is what everyone was joking about earlier. This is what people were laughing about, or this is why everyone was saying Peter in the fucking chat earlier. Fucking God, family guys, clever name. Oh, look at this fucking mess. Oh my God, that's a sight to behold. God almighty. I mean, obviously, no. We just, like, flesh. Flesh on the gun looks terrible. Like, just no on manner of principle. It is funny, but just no on manner of principle. Ay. Hey, Peter, I gotta put you on a warpaint. I'm gonna put you inside this game called Team Fortress 2. Out of water. Do I have water in here? I do. Dumb. Fresh and clean is just steel brushed, except without the brush and with wood. Fine, looks good. I feel like it needs something. I think it needs some texture, because like it's almost too clean, like almost too glossy. You need something on here. That's why steel brush looks so good, is because you have like the brushed metal on there. I think you need a little bit of texture, something on here to kind of break it up a little bit. Other than that, fine. Looks really good. Of course, there's a wear for it. You know, it is this, yeah, it's got a blood wear is replaced with dirt wear. Pretty good. Or maybe it doesn't need it. Orientation locked wood. Gotta love it. Fuck, that pistol looks really good. That pistol looks awesome. Look at that shit. Holy shit. I love this. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you don't need texture. You don't need it. I was sold with the pistol. I was sold with the pistol. And the revolver looks good too, but the pistol looks way better. It looks like a real handgun. That's awesome. Nope, I don't think the metal needs to be darker. I think all the colors are fine. It's just really, really, really well done. Solid. Very, very good work. I like it. I would use this. Huh? What is this? So it's a 3-in-1? That's interesting. And it's all class because fuck it, why not, right? Yeah, so it's just 3 hats in one. It's 3 hats it's just 3 hats in one, but they let it change with different styles. Frankly, we already have a better bowler hat with a mustache, and also it isn't for Scout and doesn't give Scout facial hair. Modeling work on this one is not that great. I think you could have just gone with a top hat, or you could have gone with like the flatter hat. You didn't need to throw in the bowler hat in here too. I don't know. It just meh. It's fine. It's not horrible. I don't know. Personally, it's cool that you can have different styles that completely change the appearance of the cosmetic, but there's something odd about throwing in 3 completely different hats into one cosmetic and then being able to change them with the style. I don't know how to feel about that. The promos are on point. I do agree. The promotional stuff is absolutely on point. It is very good. They have like an advertisement for it. You can like as seen on TV. I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. It's okay. I could see this being a high value unusual, and if Valve were to add that, I'm making a prediction. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I'm going to make a prediction. Valve is going to add this. I feel like this is a no-brainer, low-hanging fruit. Valve's going to add this. And it's going to be elite grade. It's going to be at least assassin grade, but probably elite grade. And it's going to be fucking expensive as shit. That's my guess. Be wrong, but that's my guess. No, it does fit the man trademark. I just don't like giving facial hair to the scout. I think it looks bad. Looks good on Sniper. Like the comically oversized mustache looks really good on Sniper for some reason. I'll give it a yes. Okay, I have to piss real quick. I will be right back. So give me like 3 minutes. BRB. Okay, back. Roll not shut. Door over here. Circulation. Here and here. Despite it being November, it is still hot as shit. Okay. I've returned. Alone. Freezing over here. I am envious. I am envious because it's still what is the temperature outside right now? We check my phone because it's faster than simply pulling up a tab on Google. What is the temperature outside right now? Currently, in my neck of the woods, 77 degrees, which is not bad. I wish it was cooler. Celsius, what is that, 25? Something like that? See how close I was. Oh, right on the money! Man, I'm good. I am fucking oof. I got my conversions down, man. I know my shit. Celsius makes more sense scientifically because, you know, water boils at 100 and freezes at 0, so I like it more. I like it more science-wise. But yeah, 25 degrees centigrade, 77 Fahrenheit. It's not bad for this time of year, but I wish it was cooler for this late in November. Either way, I've seen this set before. This has been on the workshop for a very, very, very long time. Like, I remember people getting this mod and then using it as their sticky bomb launcher in the game. And spam call, get out of here. Like, this has been around for a very long time. I don't know. It's always been cool. It's always been like a neat little thing. It's so weird how you have some cosmetics that have been on the workshop for so long, that they've kind of in of themselves become, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess like a community mainstay. You know, they've been around for a while. Are weapon reskins ever going to be added to the game? Nope, never again will Valve add weapon reskins. They simply won't. Yeah, iconic, that's a better word for it. Yeah, Valve is never going to add weapon reskins like this ever again. They haven't done so since when was the last time they did? When was the last time they added a weapon reskin? Was it a promo item? My brain, was it the Pretty Machete? Or was it Invasion? Yeah, the Pretty Machete in 2016. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was the last time they added reskins for the game. And reason being, Valve stopped adding them. So there's a couple of reasons why. So the main reason that I can see why Valve stopped adding reskins was because when it comes to weapon recognition in TF2, you need to be able to tell what someone's using. And if you have a whole bunch of reskins for a whole bunch of different weapons, you're having to memorize what a whole bunch of different weapon models look like to understand their functionality, which just confuses the player. And this is something that Valve said themselves in a GDC talk they gave back in 2014, and which is ultimately why they stopped putting them into TF2 and why they didn't do that with CS:GO, and then ultimately why they moved over to weapon skins instead. Because those don't change the model, they just change the color, which for a game like CS:GO is inconsequential. For TF2, it can create some issues, but they're not nearly as bad as like other cosmetics can. It also depends on the size of the weapon model and the skin you're using. But yeah, that's one thing. And then two, adding something like this it's simply too much work for Valve, and they couldn't be asked to do it. So see, old man, it's fine. Old man, it's fine. You can keep the mustache for Scout. That's just a personal peeve of mine. Like, giving Scout facial hair is just sacrilege. It looks weird, in my opinion. But overall, as a hat, that hat is fine. It's fine. You don't need to change anything. Pit Crew. I've not seen this one before. Interesting. It's another Roadster-themed war paint. I like how they handled the tire tread. So they just made it a decal instead of trying to recreate a tire tread texture. I kind of appreciate that. It looks a lot better than I've seen like other tire tread patterns try to achieve. It's not bad. I feel like what you could have done is maybe instead of a single stripe, you could have thrown on like one or two more and have it be like an actual stripes pattern. So you're not left with like these big empty areas of gray, so you get a bit more of it. You'd have to find the right balance so it's not too visually noisy, because it looks really clean, right? Like, it looks super clean just like this without a tire tread on there. But then you have like a tire tread cutting across it. I don't know. You need to play with it a little bit. Maybe you don't even need it, but if you're gonna keep it, maybe add a couple more, like one or two more stripes, and then so you have like less of this empty area, maybe. I like it. I do like it. I feel like, what else could you do? I think the sticker's fine. Sticker's good. Don't need to change anything with that. What could you do to spice this up? I think you can spice this up a bit. Something different, so it's not just another red and blue skin. What could you do? You could add flames. Or a racing stripe. Yeah, flames or a racing stripe, just to give it something else, a little more pop. Maybe a checkered flag. Yeah, you could do something like that too. Just something extra, something more on the primary to give it a little oomph, a little something more, you know? I think that'd be a cool idea. If you add flames, it will go faster. Oil stains, maybe? I mean, you could do a custom wear where it wears down to having oil stains. That is an idea that's been executed before. It does look quite nice. The wears on this look good. It's not so... Actually, looking at this, it's so weird. Your promos have the red and blue being way more saturated. And I look at it in game. Look how much more muted that is. I wonder if that's your lighting settings or if that's actually how the textures look. Because it being muted like this looks a lot better than the brighter red and blue, at least in my opinion. I like the way it looks more in-game like this with these muted colors. I assume this is the final product. But I'm not sure why it's so different between the promos you made and the in-game screenshots. It's a bit strange. But I do like the colors here. The colors look a lot better when they're muted like this. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it more, I think the tire tread's fine. Maybe you don't need to add another one. I think just having one going across, it's okay. You're just going to have the rare instance where you're going to have a bizarre seed where it's going to look a little bit out of place. But again, you're just at the mercy of the Warpaint system. Alternatively, what you could do is you could orientation lock that texture with the tire tread going across it, so it's always vertical, right? So you're not going to have like a random tire tread just cutting across it. Oh, someone else did it. Someone else did it. You're getting the timeout. Put user in timeout 24 hours. Not fucking around today. Not doing it. Not fucking around. Sure. Oh, not fucking around today. But yeah, other than that, good skin. Fuck, dude. This is way better than the fucking burger beanie that we saw earlier. What is this? It's just one fucking picture. It's just one picture, nothing else. Oh my god. Holy cow. How there's so much soul. So much soul in one image right here, man. Holy shit. So much soul baked into this. You love to see it. It's not that ancient. It's a couple years after the workshop got started, but it's pretty old. Oh, I love it. I love it because of how shitty it is. I love it because of how shitty it is. It's gorgeous. Top Dog. Become the best team healer. Why is it called Top Dog? Very orange. I don't think I understand what's happening here. What? So is it April Fools? I don't think I understand what it's meant to be doing. Is it reference? What's it referencing? It's Bluey. What is Bluey? Google it. Should I not Google it? I'm gonna Google it. Bluey. What is this? TV series. Australian animated preschool television series. So it's a kid's show. Okay. It's a kid's show. Well, alright. How do I not know what that is? Dude, I'm fucking 30. I don't watch kids shows. Like, why would I know what that is? Like, if I had kids, sure, I might know what that is because I'd have, like, my kids watching a kids show, but I don't watch kids shows. It's a kids show that grown adults like to watch and goon to? Why? It's like, how? Like, these fucking, like, little, like, cardboard box characters? How? Shouldn't ask how. This is the internet. People find a way. Go to my trusted source here. How many? Oh my god! How? There's 2,400. 2,400. I cannot believe that. If you know what I just did, you know. 2,400. That is insane. Why? There should not be that much porn of this show. There should not be. It's a fuck. What is wrong with you people? It's so fucked. That's too much. That is what. Seriously, like there's some things that you should not. You should not do. No, you should not desecrate. Oh my god. I'm glad I didn't look. I just looked up. I just searched the tag. I didn't hit enter. I just wanted to see how much there was. That's nuts. Jesus. I'm just gonna move on. I'm before I get what the fuck is this, dude? What am I looking at? Oh my god. Ah, like we from out of the frying pan and into the fire, dude. Holy shit. What is this? Oh my god. This is wild. This is wild. What the fuck? Wow. Dude, I feel like this is something out of Dora Hetero. Like, the hair alone is like out of Dora Hetero. Holy fuck. This is nuts. So, conceptually, you can make a punk set work. You can make a punk set work for Demo Man. I'm trying to be nice. It's really hard to be nice. It's really hard to be nice. You need more practice. Yes. Keep working. You're already leaps and bounds beyond the majority of people that get started with 3D modeling, but you tried. You tried. You did it. Kind of. You tried. God. And the coat, it looks like it's like he's been coated in sausage. His whole body, his arms are so thick. Look how thick his arms are. He looks diseased. Diseased. Oh, man. That's something. Blueprinted, really good war paint. Just, I've seen this a million times. Really, really well made, really well done. Just deserves to be in the game. It's fucking phenomenal. Red, because fuck it, red blueprints, but it's just good. Just good. Cup of the Professional. Originally made in 2012. Holy shit. And then they went back and updated it. That's pretty crazy. It's cute. I like it. I agree. It's cute. It's the cup Sniper is using in Meet the Sniper. This is a little soulful edition. I feel like this is something is this like on the Cozy Camper? Like this would be something like it's added on to the Cozy Camper. But this just as is fine. It's cute. It is a cute accessory. Like you could pair this with the Cozy Camper. I think that's good. This is soulful little addition. A nice little loadout filler. I like it. It's cute. I accept this. I accept this in game. Number 2 on the Blue Sniper Cup would have worked, but that actually would have been really funny. Because that's actually a really good idea. Whoever scopes first. This is referencing something. I don't know what it's referencing, but this is referencing something I've not seen. Someone tell me what this is referencing. I don't know what Disco Elysium is. What is Disco Elysium? Should I? I'm looking at Disco Elysium. What is this? It's a game. It looks cool, but I know absolutely nothing about it. Is it like Zombie Apocalypse? What's the game about? Let's see. Interesting. Seems cool. This promo artwork goes really fucking hard too. Holy shit. Yeah, this promo art is wild, but let's see how it actually looks in game. And it's shit. Bad. Also, please do not recolor the entirety of the spy to something that is not default red and blue. Great, I can immediately move on from this cosmetic. It is automatically bad. Best part about this is the promo art. You made something cool, and now Steam is just dead. Awesome. That's a rip. We can move on. We can just move on. Saw that already. Seen this one before. Really good war paint. Now we have Common Rider. Fuck it. Common Rider set. This is ancient. This is fucking old as shit. This is from a long time ago. Really old set. I mean, obviously it's a little much. Shouldn't have this for TF2. But you know, look, Kamen Rider's cool, but this should not belong in TF2. 2017 old? Yes. Dude, think about that. 2017 was 7 years ago. You can inspect it in 3D? You can. I mean, cool. But it's not appropriate for TF2. And we can just move on. Yeah, dude, dude, it's gonna be 2025 in a month. Think about that. TF2 is gonna be 18. TF2 is gonna be fully legal come next year. I've seen this one before. Don't need to review it again. Saw that. Winter heating. Winter heating. It looks weird. Okay, a couple things. It looks weird just to like staple a hood onto a t-shirt or onto his collared shirt. Doesn't look that good. So if you're gonna do a cosmetic like this, perhaps incorporate like a full hoodie along with like this would have been better if it was a full hoodie. That's what you should have done. So the hood, conceptually fine, but you need to like make the rest of his torso look like he's dressed for the occasion, you know what I mean? Because if you just staple a winter-themed hoodie over his shirt, it looks kind of weird. I like the goggles. The goggles are good. I don't... So, when it comes to covering the face, it's not a good idea to cover the entire face of a mercenary like this. Like, when you, especially covering the whole head, it looks bizarrely out of place in TF2. Just this style here, I think, is the only one you should go with. That only this style. Covering the whole face and whole head, I really don't like that idea. The furthest you can get away with that is the what's it called? Fuck, what's that hat called? The polar pullover, I think is what it is, because that still keeps the shape of the mercenary's head and keeps their face exposed. But when you cover the whole head like this and make it a different shape, you lose a lot of what the mercenary is supposed to look like. It looks like a different character. So, not that good. So the third style is really the only one you should go with. I feel like the modeling work is a little half-baked. It's a little polygonal. I think you could smooth things out a bit more. I don't know if this is because of your game settings you used or whatever settings you used to take these screenshots, or if it is because of your modeling work. But smooth things out a little bit more. Like a side profile picture of this. So when it comes to promos, give us a little bit more. Like give some like side profiles, like different angles, so we can see how it really looks. Other than that, it needs more work, but it's good. I think it needs more work though. Like it's not acceptable in its current state for the game, but it's almost there. It's like 80% of the way there. Then it's good. So just to recap, give him like a full coat. Give him like a hoodie or something to go with give him a hoodie to go with the hoodie. So give him a coat to go with the hood. The first two styles I don't think look very good. Don't cover the entirety of the engineer's face. Also, it like makes his chin like twice as big because you have to model over his face. It looks kind of bad. Smooth out the modeling work on the goggles. The lining inside of the hood, I don't think you need it. I think just having the fur along the edge of the hood is probably good enough. Most people aren't going to notice the inside of the hood. And when you add the inside of the hood, it looks weird. So just to save yourself some work, you can just have it outlining the edge of it, and that would still look fine. You can get away with it. And, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. And go from there. Good headphone recommendations? I just use, in-ear monitors. These are getting old, actually. I do need a new pair. I have a pair of Sennheisers somewhere. I have my... So, these are Audio Technica. These are pretty fucking good. Like, I use these when I'm doing my sound work, so these are pretty good. But, other than that, I always use an IEM for my headphones. Do I have a head dent? No, because like 90% of the time I use these because I wear glasses, and having overhead headphones crushes the glasses into the side of my head and gives me a headache. So I use IEMs. I used to wear a headset, but they're not comfortable. Not anymore. Holstein Slaughter, Holstein cow pattern. I appreciate the name is cute. It's good. I mean, this is pretty solid. Texture work is good. Looks like you got a rare sticker on there. The sticker work is good. That's solid. This is really good. I mean, it's just good. This is really good, man. Very, very nice work. It's clean. It's simple. This really is just a better. This really is just a better bovine blazemaker, Mark II. I think better than a better. It's good. I say yes. Nicely done. You got the colors right. The white isn't too bright. It's muted enough. You got the right shades of brown. You got the wood on there. The wood looks very good. Just nice. Yeah, I also like the fact it's not brown and black. Sorry, it's not black and white. Sorry, I like the fact it's not black and white. It's very good. I agree. Saw that already. The cold weather leathers. What team is Demoman on? What happened to all of his color? And oh my god. What were you thinking? Holy shit. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't strip away the vast majority of Demoman's team coloring and then give it a fucking paint region like this. Holy, like, look at this. You have almost 50-50 red and blue. Holy crap. Don't do that. Yeah, what could go wrong? And then you can combine that with another cosmetic and then a skin, right, to cover up more of his team color. Like throw a blue skin in with that. Jesus, horrible idea. This, like, you could have gotten away with it if this didn't have a paint region. But the fact this has a paint region completely ruins it. Terrible. Like the modeling work on this is great. It looks really cool. But you fucked up the colors. That's like the one thing you gotta be careful with. You fucked up the colors. Damn. What a shame. What is happening here? What the fuck is happening here? Huh? Is this a taunt effect or a weapon effect? What is this? Okay, it's a taunt effect. That's really big. That's like super intense. Holy shit. Taunt effects were a mistake. I can't say this enough. Like, taunt effects were a mistake. We don't need more of them. Oh, ah! Holy god! No, it's not gas. Shut up. It's not fucking gas. Fuck you. Yeah, neon. Fuck it. Why not? It doesn't matter, because it's a fucking taunt effect, so it can be literally any color you want it to be. It can be RGB flames for all the game fucking cares at this point, because it's just, it doesn't matter what color you make shit like this. It ruins the game. I hate it. Look at what they've done. Look at how they've massacred my boy. Look at how they've ruined this fucking game by putting taunt effects into there. God. Why would you do this? Ah. I like it. Gloves. I've seen this whole set. This is a cool set. Yes, I won't cover it again, but good set. Just I'm gonna make a reference. Just don't have it be so on the nose. You can make it more subtle. You can't. Hard, blatant references like this are just not good in TF2. It's like the Mario hat. It's like the Batman helmet. Just it sticks out like a sore thumb and just does not belong in TF2. It's like a promo item, a hard promo item for a different franchise entirely that in no way has been adapted to fit TF2's style in any way, shape, and form. Just flat out no. That's why most promo items are fucking terrible. Because they stick out like a sore thumb. They suck. The hair looks like a wig. How else is it supposed to look? No. Funny meme. No thanks. Can you point at the camera, pretty please? I feel like I'm gonna... There. I pointed at the camera. You. Yes, you. You right there. You, Doug, watching the stream right now. Go do your homework. You've been very naughty for not doing your homework. Back alley bruiser. What do we got going on here? We have a hat. We have a vest. I already saw the vest. The vest we saw. I did not realize there was a hat, though. How does the hat look? The hat and gloves, are they paintable? Yes, of course they are. Giant paintable Mickey Mouse gloves. Wonderful. God, don't... The mercenaries' hands are the most exaggerated feature on their body. They take up massive real estate. The last thing you want to do is make them paintable. Don't have giant Mickey Mouse paintable hands. Not a good idea. If the gloves were just black, fine. That would be totally acceptable. Don't have paintable hands. It looks really, really bad. Ancient bait. Ancient bait. Remember, like, isn't it so funny that, remember, and do not forget, right? Do not forget that these workshoppers fucking hate you. They hate you, and they hate the game they make items for. Don't forget that. This is the #1 most well-known creator in the fucking game. Has the most amount of items accepted into TF2. And what did he do? He looked at the complaints. He looked at all of the people that were fed up with the garbage being put in the game, and instead of going, maybe the game I'm making items for and the people I'm making items for really don't like this stuff. No, what did he do instead? He took the time out of his day to raise a middle finger to you and laughed at all of you, and then made this. You have to remember that these people fucking hate you, and they hate this game. Do not forget that. Do not forget it. Mercenaires Sans Frontier. What do we got here? Beret. It's interesting. It looks... Something's off. What's off about this? It's okay. Yeah, the beard looks a little strange. It looks like it was drawn... Looks like it was drawn on. Like, it doesn't... it needs that... It looks like it just... Yeah, it looks like they painted the beard on. It doesn't... It needs some depth to it, right? Like, it needs some thickness. It doesn't look like it's actually modeled. It looks like they just painted it on its existing model, so it looks a bit strange. The hat looks really good. The hat looks good. The hair is acceptable. What about the shirt? The shirt's good. I like the shirt. Yeah, the fucking... You fucking bitch. Of course. Is it paintable or is it a different style? Can't tell if this is a style or if it's paintable. Okay, just 2 styles. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You didn't make the undershirt paintable. Hallelujah. Thank you for doing that. Just solid black or white. I love you. Thank God. Not a paintable shirt. Fuck. Okay. Jacket is really solid. The jacket is awesome. The facial hair on this, it looks like they took a brown marker and just smeared it on his face. Not good. Don't do that. Like, how do you fix that? Like break it up a little. Like the fucking 5 o'clock shadow, or the 5-hour year shadow, whatever that sniper beard is, looks really good. Yeah, and then having it like this hard line, right? Why is it not all the same color? Like, not having it the same color looks kind of odd. Like, I understand like they made it lighter to make it look like it's like peach fuzz and kind of just growing in. But it looks weird to have like that harsh contrast of like the sideburn going down into like the lighter color beard. Just fuck it, make the whole thing the same color. That would already look a lot better, I think. And yeah, maybe just remove the beard. It's not really necessary. Or go full on and give him a thick beard, like mine, like a thicker beard with some depth to it, not like it's actually like painted on his skin. The only thing wrong with this. The back hair pisses you off? Why? I think the back hair is fine. Looks okay. It is a little Lego man, like it's a little Lego man hair. Make the beard a style. Sure, you could do that. Make it a yeah. Give us a style where the beard is removed because the beard is just not that great. Other than the beard, this is fine. And even if this was put in the game as is, not offended by it. It really is the fucking beard. It just that for some reason that really just pulls the rest of this down, which is unfortunate, but it's good. Otherwise, really cool set. I like it. Okay, let's pull up some more links. More links. Give me more of these. That's just an anime post. What is this? Hold on, I have to expand this. Someone put... So who put Momoy? Why would you put Momoy in here? What have you done? Why would you do this? How dare you? Come on. She's not a workshop item. More. All right, that should be good. That should be good. Let's continue. Saw that. I have seen this before. Yeah, I didn't like the amount of detail on this. I did not like the amount of detail on this. I didn't like the strap and the emblem. I think removing one of these finer elements would have been fine. This is... Huh? What is this meant to be? I'm confused. What is this? What is this referencing? What is this referencing? This is referencing some stupid fucking meme. There's something here I'm missing. What am I missing? Half-Life 2 Beta Citizen. Half-Life 2 Beta Citizen. Yeah, you've made a completely different character. It's way too transformative. You've done too much. I don't like it. Also, yeah, have a giant, almost gray smock covering the entirety of the pyro. Not a good idea to, like, just, yeah, let's just blanket out that much of his default color. Terrible idea. Like, that combined with this gradient, you're not left with much to work with. And let me guess, there has to be a paint region on here. Of course, the armbands are paintable. Oh, it does too much. Stop it. Fuck. Come on. Get your free TV as a Half-Life 2 community meme. I didn't know. I did not know. Richter probably knew that. So he'll probably get on my ass next time we talk because I didn't know that meme. Yeah, it does. It's a little too much. You have successfully recreated a character inside of TF2 that is no longer the Pyro. And with that, I am simply going to move on. I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs. It's roaches. It's cockroaches. I just don't. Who would find this appealing? Does anyone in my chat, and this is obviously a biased polling, does anyone find cockroaches appealing? Asmongold hat. That's so. Hey, he cleaned up his house. Give him some credit. He used to live in a pigsty, but he cleaned up his house. I give props to Asmon for doing the right thing, but just it's gross. It's cockroaches. I mean, sure, you pulled it off, right? You successfully made the bugs cosmetic, but it's ugly and it's fucking cockroaches. Hate it. Are they fleas? It doesn't matter if it's roaches or fleas or ticks. Like none of the above. None of the above. No option is good. It's fleas also. How is this worse than that flies unusual? Because at least masked flies are just like little dots flying around the head. and not like full gargant, like big, like fucking walnut-sized fleas jumping off of the head. It's gross. Like with masked flies, like it's like the little dots, so it's like the comical little nasty flies flying around, like just like little dots. That's fine. But giant fleas. No. It's just nasty. I don't like it. It's nasty and I don't like it. Waxman. Is it meant to be like candle wax? I guess so. It's meant to be candle wax. Very, very interesting. I kind of like it. I like how they did the wax texture. That's probably the best execution of a candle wax texture that I've seen so far for a skin. This is pretty good. It's actually really good. The color work is really solid. I like the secondary is good. The tertiary, like I guess like rusted metal texture. Like it's meant to be like a candelabra, like a candle holder, right? The stylization of this doesn't really fit into TF2. This sticker, pretty good, pretty close, but this one is a little, it's very different and not really TF2 style. I would just use this sticker. Like, it's well made, it looks cool, like having that as a tattoo, that'd be dope, but it's not really appropriate for TF2 stylization. This one is much more, this one's much closer to TF2 style, because TF2 fonts are, is it sans serif kind of font? I forget, there's a specific name or names for the types of fonts that TF2 uses, where and they have a very specific look where they don't have like the wisps, right? They don't have like the wispy thin lines. It's a type of font, and those types of fonts look better in TF2 than these kinds of fonts. Like that style is very out of place within the game. This is better. This is way better. So that sticker's much nicer. Got the shine on there. I appreciate that. Oh, I didn't notice the subtle like grip texture there. You did a really good job with this candle wax, man. But like getting the candle wax texture on this is I would say that's a crowning achievement for texture work here. This is pretty well fucking done. Like that in of itself is really cool. Like nice work. And I kind of don't mind this being just like a brown wax. I like this could have been like the brass of a candle holder. You know what I mean? Like the brass of a candle holder. That would have been nice as well. But I'm not offended by using like this, like a brass color on the same candle wax texture. I think that works. That works pretty good. I like it. Aside from the sticker, I would not mind seeing this in game. It's really good execution for an otherwise tricky to handle concept for a skin. Again, candle waxes. I've seen several executions of this, and a lot of them end up making it too noisy because they go too heavy with the drips. They go too heavy with the drips, too heavy with the smaller details. But here, you went with the thought of like, okay, imagine if a giant thing was made of wax. How would it behave on a large feature, right? You would have whole pieces of it like slagging off or slumping off, and not like small little drips, right? So it looks way better with these textures. Like just again, I'm glazing the cum texture too much, I know, but it's just really well done, really well done. You know, I'm surprised that no one's done this. I shouldn't say no one's done this. I'm surprised I haven't seen an unusual effect that was just a hailstorm. I'm surprised I haven't, in all of my years, I'm surprised I've not seen this yet. It's very interesting. I've not seen this before. As far as effects go, let me see how it looks. Give me some deets. Let me see how it looks. It's not bad. It could be a little bit slower. It's about the same speed as Stormy Storm and Blizzardy Storm. So I think the speed's okay. If it was any faster than this, then it would be too much. Yeah, I think it's pretty good, all things considered. I think maybe the hailstones. No, maybe not. Maybe the hailstones are fine. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not offended by it. It's pretty good as far as effects go. It's not too in your face, not too crazy. It's good. I like it. It's good shit. People are saying there's a TF2. Like, okay, so already this vest looks so much nicer than the previous one. Like, what the fuck? Like, just the modeling work on this one was handled. Like, notice how this one is not thick. This one is not thick. Unfortunately, it just makes most of the Scout brown. If it were just, you know, the team colored style, that's fine. But why did you have to make it brown? Why? Why have 80% of Scout's player model be fucking brown? Don't do this. Stop it. So close. He has brown pants, but that's why his entire shirt is team colored. You can't remove all of that team color and then think that's okay. The team colored vest is totally fine. Like, even like this darker shade looks really good. Could you have not done a darker shade of red? That would have been a lot better. Is there a... I don't think there's a paint region on this. It doesn't seem like there's a paint region on this. Let me see. Nope, I don't see a paint region. Like, dude, fucking zoomers, I hate that. You could have done a shade of red and not the same color of his pants. Like, I know you're going for, like, you know, if Scout had the correct color pants, then that would match. But you can't, you can't do this. Yeah, like a maroon or like just a darker washed out red would have been so better. Oh, the tie is paintable? Okay, fine. The tie is paintable, but that's a very small detail, so that's totally fine. Yeah, burgundy, it's just something. You can't make the whole, you can't make 80% of his player model a neutral color. Thing is, even then, it still wouldn't work if the pants were fixed. Because, like, there is guaranteed more than one angle that you could take. Because if it takes my finger, if I can just do that, it's not a good example, but it's just not enough team color. You can't remove that much. You can't. Remember, the secondary and tertiary team colors are there to accentuate the primary team color. You cannot replace primary team color with secondary and tertiary team color, because color placement on the character models is done specifically so the darker colors train the eyeballs to go to the brighter colors. When you strip away all of those brighter colors and then replace it with mostly dark colors, guess what's going to happen? The eyeballs have nowhere to go to except these tiny little areas, and by the time they can catch those tiny little areas, guess what? It's already too late and you're fucking killed, right? So you cannot strip away that much team color. You have to preserve it. It's incredibly important. All of the placements, the amount of color is so carefully done. So there is no moment where you can't tell what team someone is on. You cannot do that. You have to be so careful. Oh, hey. I know I've seen this. I mean, it's Blitzkrieg Mark II. It's Blitzkrieg Mark II. I mean, what more can you say about it? That's it. It's the same textures, but now on everything. Yeah, the thing about Blitzkrieg is that it was made to fit onto specific weapons, and so when you translate that over into a war paint, it just doesn't look that good. Like, this seam, what is going on with that? Like, I don't know what you did with this, like, this texture, really. Like, you have, like, the seam running across it. That looks really bad. Like, you should have done separate texture work and then gone with a different model so you don't have these big lines cutting across it. The new update is a bunch of fixes to the matchmaker? No way. What did they do? I'm curious. They actually did work on their fucking matchmaking system? What? Improved matchmaking performance. Now they do something. Improved matchmaker behavior for users with less than ideal ping levels. The matchmaker should now be quicker to put you into the best available region. Improved matchmaker decision for cross-region parties. Added error messages when being ejected from the matchmaking queue due to connectivity or authentication failures rather than the queue. They finally fixed this shit. Oh my god. This was a bug in the game ever since they added the matchmaking system, where the game would just suddenly, like, just disconnect you from your queue. Not that it's fixed, right? Like, it's still, like, this is still the game having connectivity issues and booting you out of the search. but now you're at least given a reason, right? You're at least being told why your queue suddenly stopped? Oh my fucking god! Fix the matchmaking settings dialog, frequently failing to display any data centers. Fix the multiple cases of in-progress casual matches abruptly terminating or failing to be assigned to any new players. If the game server ever loses connection. Oh my god! Where was this 8 years ago? Where was this 8 years ago? Why did it take so long to just do these tiny little things? Oh my god. And you know why they did this. You know why they did this. The only fucking reason why they did this is because they finally hit the threshold of too many fucking maps in the game. When they had 161 maps in the active fucking rotation with Scream Fortress, then and only then did enough people complain about the queue times being fucking miserable and taking way too long to get put into a goddamn game. So they finally went, okay, we'll get off our asses and put some fixes in. That should have been in the game since the matchmaker's fucking inception. The matchmaker should have never been put in the game. This is like, these fixes are not going to fix the major inherent problems with the goddamn matchmaking system, right? Now it's at least gonna tell you why it stops working at random intervals, right? It's still just gonna not work sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna have an authentication or a connectivity issue. Do you have any fucking control over that? No. It's just whenever Steam decides to boot you out. Was that ever a problem with Quick Play? No, it wasn't. You never had any of these fucking issues with Quick Play. And now what is this? More fucking band-aids to fix their shitty system. It makes me so mad. Fuck. God, just put it back. Put it the fuck back. Put back Quick Play. Stop having to constantly wrangle and manhandle this half-assed system. Just put it fucking back. God. Yeah, it's just more rubber bands and duct tape slapped onto this shitty system. And again, they should have done this years ago. Fucking God. It makes me so mad. Ugh. Damn it. Like now I'm even more motivated to finish my fucking video because like this is just more evidence of Valve like, okay, we'll get off our asses and do like this did not take that long to do. Like there's no way they've been working on shit like this for like months. Like they did this over the past week. Like between the last patch and this one, when they realized, oh shit, queue times are getting ridiculous, we have to do something. Then and only then did they step in. Since Scream Fortress, probably they've been working on this since the start of Scream Fortress. That's when they realized, oh shit, now we have to do something if we want to keep life support going, because the only life support that we're willing to give is by throwing more goddamn maps in the game when there's already 180 fucking maps in the game. Now fuck it, put more in and keep putting more load on our matchmaking system, but instead of just removing the shitty matchmaking system or doing a complete overhaul, no, fuck it, more duct tape and rubber bands to keep it barely chugging along. God! Valve's incompetence knows no bounds, and it makes me so fucking mad! God! Ugh. Meet Your Match was a fucking mistake. And we're still feeling the repercussions of this shit almost a decade later. It's insane. It's fucking insane. Oh my god, it makes me so mad. Oh, fucking pathetic. Fuck you, Valve, for killing your fucking game. Thank you. Now all we have are shitty hats, too many fucking unusual effects, half-assed, buggy, glitchy, broken, shitty maps. Too many, just... No meaningful work has been done on this game since 2015. And even then, that's a fucking stretch. Even then, that's a fucking stretch, because everything done after the year of 2016 was Valve damage controlling their way out of their disastrous fuck-up that was Meet Your Match, and barely walking back the system that should have never been implemented. And then as a result of their matchmaking system, all the fucking bots come in, and it took them 8 years to fix that! 8 fucking years to do something about it! Yeah. I have to finish this video. I have to finish this fucking video, man. Oh, I am motivated now more than fucking ever to finish this fucking video. It makes me so mad. God. It sucks to see, like, the main thing you fucking care about, like, the game that you fucking love, is just been ruined by this shit. Oh, trust me, I will be doing more than mentioning about how the casual matchmaking system cannot create balanced casual matches. The very purpose of the system's existence is never realized. Because, gee, maybe a skill based matchmaking system doesn't work for a game like TF2. Oh, who'd have fucking thought? But no, sorry, TF2 is an esport now. Everything must be heckin' skill based. Gotta have real winners and real losers, gotta have MMR, gotta boost up that rank. Even matches. Oh yes, there is skill-based matchmaking in TF2. Does it work? Nope. Hasn't worked since day one. Has not worked since day one. Even with all of their fixes, skill-based matchmaking has never worked in TF2. Not once. Ay, ay, ay. All will be revealed in my video. All will be revealed in my video. I am so excited about. I'm gonna end the item reviews here because I want to talk about this now. I'm winding down the stream. I am so fucking excited to get this video done because no one has ever put the entire story all the way through about why Valve did what they did. You have threads and shreds and inklings and shit, but like no one's done the full picture. That's why it's taking me so long. It's just getting all of this together is taking way too long. It's painstaking to get all this together. But when it's done, oh, God. Actually, you know, I'll finish the tabs I have open, and then I'll call it. I'll finish the tabs I have open. Birdcap 2000 is added this year. It's... I mean, conceptually it's fine, but modeling work is, needs work. This is very much an early stages cosmetic that someone made. Needs more time in the oven. Just gotta improve on the modeling work, man. Champagne. Ah, that's right. Okay, yeah. So Fantac was sending me updates on the... Yes, okay. He went with black, and man, that looks really good. Very clean, very sleek, very shiny. I love it. Good shit. He was originally gonna go with like a purple or a green felt ribbon on this, but I think it looked really bad. And then he went with black because I suggested black, and black was I suggested black. Fantac and I go way back. He's a great guy, great skin maker. I floated the idea of black by him. It was a great choice, best choice for the skin. He went with black, and I think it came out really good. Just really solid, good shit. Love to see it. I'm gonna lightning round these. What? He's brown. He's entirely brown. What the fuck? Where is his color? Where... Why would you think this is okay? Why would you think this is fine? Holy shit. He's almost entirely brown. What? You could have done something, right? You could have done something to preserve some of his team color. But holy shit, dude. What were you thinking? Like reference aside, modeling work aside, what were you thinking with this? Holy shit. Yeah, okay, blue heavy is still blue, but the red heavy is not. That's a problem. What the fuck? Don't do this. Really bad. Really, really bad. Not a taunt, it's an emote. Sniper manifesting a cell from the pizza. There it is. It just comes out of hell. You know, oh, look. Oh, hey, Daddy, what's going on? I had to go shoot some guys in the head, mate. I had a rather pesky group of fellas out here in the outback. We had to fire some bullets into their head. It was a rough time out here. Not a fucking taunt. It's an emote. No, get out of here. Stupid. What is this? See, this is old. Okay, so this motherfucker made this in 2012 and then came back in 2023 and updated this. Holy shit. That's unreal. Oh my god. It's really ugly, but it is soul. It is soul. Don't feed it. Don't feed it. Funny. I'm not even gonna bother trying to pronounce that. This is a very ancient set, so old frontline pyro set. Okay, so we'll lightning around this one. The entire set looks totally fine, except the weird fucking face mask. Like, that is proboscis, very big, very, like, that's a bit much, wouldn't you say? It looks weird. Everything else about it is fine, except this head mask. Oh my god. That's a little much. That's a little much. Everything else is fine, though. Have I seen this one before? No, I've not. Yeah, this is fine. Decent coat for soldier. You know, subtle amount of detail. That just fine. Totally good. I like it. Crackling insight. So it's like a welder's torch. I would heavily reduce the amount of sparks. It's a bit it's got way too much going. So you have like the smoke, you have the actual like you have like the main flare, you got the sparks going on, you have like the glowing aura. It's a little much, wouldn't you say? I think it needs to be toned down, like fewer sparks, something. It's a little much. And also, I don't think you need the smoke. I would get rid of the smoke. The smoke's an unnecessary detail. You don't need it. Yeah, it's a bit too crazy. Law with order. I've seen a skin like this before. It's okay. This type of texture is oddly familiar. This also looks like something you can just do in Photoshop if memory serves. I could be wrong. Color work is fine. You don't need this model nature. Or maybe you do. It looks strange though. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I'll just say yes. Move on. I also have to like. Sure. Sure. It's okay. I've seen worse. It's okay. Slam pipe. Cool. Custom skin scattergun. I dig it. Very cool. I vote yes. Shame it'll never be added. It'll never be added, but it's a nice skin. Seen that. Just like a name tag for spy? Sure, that's cute. I like it. Subtle little loadout filler. I like the idea. Already said no to this a million times. Hell no to mistletoe. This is something we have in game, don't we? We have this shirt in the game. Or something very similar to it. Peter again. No. And I've seen that before. Okay. Alright. I lightning rounded all of those. I'm gonna call it there. I also have to piss really bad, so I'm gonna cut the recording, so goodbye, YouTube.